Hi people, welcome back to the channel. You may notice I am filming on back camera. I got a mic. I'm trying to make this a better experience for you. Trial and error, let's get into it. I have a really fun idea today. I recently came into possession of the very famous and iconic KEVYN AUCOIN Making Faces book, and I absolutely fell in love with this look, The Anarchist. Once again, England was home of a trend-setting look. On the streets of London, the punk movement represented anti-beauty rebellion. The urban guerrilla Vivienne Westwood and Malcolm McLaren, two of the founders of this cultural aesthetic, created looks that were simultaneously tribal and anarchic. Body piercing, day glow hair color, safety pin black clothes, not to mention mohawks, heavy, oddly shaped eyeliner, and black nails and lipstick were the hallmarks of the anarchist. Shalom Harlow's exotic beauty adds a disarming quality to this fierce look. The book is from like the 90s. The language is quite dated, let's acknowledge that, but this particular look in the book really spoke to me because this was one of the very first graphic shapes I ever did. I think it was the first graphic shape I ever did. I remember it so vividly, and it's just such a classic, timeless, striking, perfect graphic liner. I think anyone can do it with any eye shape, and it can be very beautiful or it can be very punky. It can be both, and I just kind of felt like going back to the roots of very editorial makeup. So let's just run through the notes on the look to begin with. Concealer if needed, brow brush, brow pencil, pointy eyeshadow brush, dark metallic blue liquid eyeshadow, metallic green liquid eyeshadow, clear red lip gloss. Number 1, concealer can be spot applied but only if needed, no foundation. So we're going to do the skin first. As you can see, I have a little bit of a breakout at the minute, and their direction is to keep the skin pretty raw, but I will probably spot conceal because the model skin is obviously completely perfect and probably airbrushed. But to prep my skin, I'm gonna start with the Mousse Moisture Rush Cream. I'm just putting that on the lower portion of my face where I haven't done the brow block. And then for a bit of extra slip and shine, I'm going to use the DANESSA MYRICKS Moisture Repair Balm. I also put this on my body today. A really nice, soft, subtle glow. Then I'm also going to use a bit of this eye cream that I got in Japan, and it's perfect consistency for your eyes. Obviously, it's for your eyes, but like tacky or something, which I absolutely love. My allergies have been so bad. This feels so good. Okay, for the skin, so for the spot concealer, I'm going to use the ISAMAYA 5-point lift because I have a memory. And I'm going to use that with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I have a memory of using this the last time I was breaking out and I really enjoyed it. So I have quite a lot of redness around my nose. So we'll start there. Again, allergies. And then I'm just going to press it onto my blemishes. I think it works really well as a spot concealer for me. And just the excess on the under eyes, but I'm not trying to cover my dark circles because I think for this look, like, hollowness and darkness is perfect. I think that for every look, but you know what I mean. Very gorgeous. Then for my powder, I'm going to use this Flower Nose powder. And yes, I did buy it for the packaging. How could you not? I'm going to use that with a fluffy eyeshadow brush and just retrace my steps. And then on the actual blemishes, press it on. Less is more with cover up because the more product you can mound onto the skin, the more it will create texture, or I should say enhance texture. And if you don't want to go for that, then less is more. Like the 5-point lift by ISAMAYA is super sheer and super lightweight, so it doesn't create a thick sort of cast on top of the blemish. And my blemishes in particular are quite raised at the minute, so I want to avoid that completely. Gorgeous. So that's the only notes that they have on skin, that the concealer can be spot applied but only if needed, and no foundation. So that is what the skin looks like. But I got this bronzer yesterday and it's made for super pale skin, so I want to use it. It is the FARA HOMIDI refillable bronzer. The packaging is everything, and I tried it on yesterday and I just couldn't get enough of it. I loved how my skin looked all day. I know the whole beauty industry surrounds white people and fair skin, but the bronzers are always shocking. So I'm really happy about this. I'm kind of going to use it as a blush as well, and then just take it up onto my forehead a wee tiny bit. I think I subconsciously want to subvert the kind of, I don't want it to read goth. I love goth and emo, punk, but I do a lot of that in my looks. and I kind of want this to be a bit softer than what I normally do. So it'd be nice to add some classic beauty elements with bronzer. And then I'm going to use whatever's left on the brush that I use with the concealer and just carve the bronzer a bit more. And then whatever is left in the powder brush and retrace my steps. Now we're on to the eyes. Brows are brushed and lightly penciled. I wanted to do a brow block because I wanted it to look like extraterrestrial, as always. Using a pointy eyeshadow brush, starting at the inner corner of the eye, draw a dark metallic blue line with the liquid shadow. The metallic blue is mixed with liquid metallic green, and the combination of the two is used to continue the line into the crease. Metallic green alone is used to finish off the wing. Trailing off toward the temple, no mascara was used. Theirs is like a blue-green duochrome. I think I want to go soft grey. So I'm going to use grey shadow. So I'm going to use a grey shadow and a tiny little brush. This is a BAER brush. So I'm going to look just like straight into the mirror, and I'm going to do it above my crease because that's just easier, obviously. I'm going to try to do it in one fell swoop. And let's just get the shape down before we start to perfect it. Good place to start. Let's do it on the other eye. Oh my god, they're completely uneven, but we'll figure it out. Bring my mirror closer. I'm just gonna match up the shapes on either side. And I'm using this really tiny angled brush to accentuate the focal points, which is this dip here, the outer wing, and the inner. This brush just really does all the heavy lifting for you. I'm also using this flat circular brush with some cream shadow on it to define the lines and the edges even more and just make it super crisp. Now, it would be really nice, so I'm going to copy what they did and create a liquid eyeshadow. I'm going to mix this liquid with a silver shadow to create like a really liquid, runny formula. And you don't need to worry about cracking your eyeshadow. It always goes back to normal right after, once it's dry, so no need to worry. And then I'm just gonna trace that on top. That's gorgeous. And then make sure you really nip it into the inner corner, like that. So here we are with the eyes. Absolutely love. I'm gonna add a few of my own details because I obviously want to make it like my own. I'm also using that mixture with the same grey shadow that I used above. Create like a grey eyeliner. And I'm gonna do an underline on my lower lash line. It might leak a wee bit, but don't worry, I'm going to clean that up. Any mistake you ever make needs to be cleaned up. And also, sometimes the mistakes look really cool. They can be very happy accidents. So I'm just going to use a clean, flat brush. That brush is actually not clean. Use a clean, flat brush to soften any of the drips. And then I'm just creating a little inner corner peak. Complement the shape of the graphic liner on top. Next, I'm going to grab my eyelash curlers and my mascara, both KEVYN AUCOIN. And start with a lash curl. I'm obsessed with these lash curlers. Such an iconic staple. I've also been using a lash serum, like When I Remember, and I think it is actually working. This mascara is so nice. It's not clumpy, just like really precise and defined. For lashes, I'm going to use the lashes I used in the last video. I don't have the box anymore, but this is what they look like. They're these really crazy dainty ones. So iconic. Actually, they're so tiny, it's hard to even comprehend how small they are. It's like when you see those really tiny dogs and you can't even comprehend how they have functioning organs and everything. What the hell? They're basically invisible. And then we're just gonna tuck them underneath the natural lash. So good. It's so cute because it says, remember the shape you draw should be of your own creation. The anarchist followed no rules. But here are some examples of shapes you can create using generally the same guidelines, which is so cute. That is so my belief system when it comes to makeup. Just do your own thing. I'm going to use a clean eyeshadow brush just to pick off the excess mascara and any other debris on the lid. I want it to be very clean. So they have said sheer red lip gloss is applied and blotted to create a no lipstick feel, but still finishing the mouth. I don't want to do red. I want to do something more neutral. Something super ultra nude. I'm going to use this FARA HOMIDI liner. This is in the shade Minky. And it's such a really nice and warm on me. When I met with the team yesterday, they had already put a liner in my bag. When I tried this on, everyone was like, change the liner. This is her liner. I couldn't agree more. I don't know what they originally give me, but I can't imagine it being nicer than this. I'm kind of over the whole constant obsession with two-tone lips. Guys, warm stuff is okay too. Next up for the lips, I'm going to use this lip compact in the shade Nude 1. So crazy fluffy and velvety. Going to use it with the wee lip brush. Let's start with the primer. Just said don't use too much of it. This gives your lips a really soft, fluffy, long wear base. Like a wee bit tacky, which is really nice. A wee bit of the lip colour. Gorgeous. Such a nice shade. Such a perfect nude combo. So cute. That's my favourite colour ever. So we're here now. Let's add some finishing touches. I do want to be a wee bit more powdery in the centre. So start there. Gonna add a bit more of the bronzer as a blush. I also have these gems. I got them in a craft store and they're like hilariously big, some of them. But I think I do want to like zhuzh up the eye a wee bit. So I'll add 1, 2, 3 there. Small, medium and large. Large, medium, small. Love. Press them down. Do a tiny one on the inner corner. Why not? Come on now. So cute. This is gorge. I'm gonna add some pink gloss. Why not? Didn't really do anything. Let's use this ISAMAYA one. Perfect. Right, there we have the finished look. I really enjoyed taking inspiration from that book, making it my own. I feel very KEVYN AUCOIN. I feel very glam, but also cool. Nice little throwback to OG graphic shape. It brings back so many memories. I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was so fun as always, and thank you for your company. If you have notes on the camera, on the mic, anything, please let me know. I really want this to be a really nice experience for you. And I'm kind of a boomer with tech, so I'm probably making a few mistakes. Thank you so much for watching.